You are not stuck with your disease. You're not stuck with anything. Hey everyone, I'm Baba Sam. Let's dive into this. So the mind gets us into this pattern that I have to live with this forever. I have to live with this forever. Doesn't matter if it's fibro, MS, migraines, cancer, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be here forever. We have Google. We can go Google things and we can find people that healed from fibro, that healed from MS, cancer, migraine, arthritis, all naturally, because we're forgetting one essential element that we get so attached to this body, we forget who we really are. So we live in life of pain, of suffering. And this is where the Buddha talked, that suffering is from attachment. Attachment to this body, this label we call a disease. And it just keeps on going no matter what it is. We're attached to it. We're saying this is no good, this isn't what I want. And we're resisting this thing, making it sticky. So how do we let go of these attachments, these labels? Well, the mind likes to overcomplicate things. So it's not about doing 10,000 steps. It's really finding that simplest way for you to move forward. For me, this was learning to be present. Mind thinking, where are my feet? Mind thinking, where are my feet? So we have to realize when the mind's thinking and we're overthinking, we're not aware of this moment. We're either in the mind or here, presence. I wasn't really present. I wasn't aware that I was sitting, that I was listening. Or maybe you drove someplace and you have no idea how you got there. That's because you weren't present. The mind was the subconscious was driving, if you will. The mind was lost in the story. So we need to break that story by learning to be here. It's this simple. To be quiet, to sit still, to realize you have thoughts, but you're not your thoughts. That's what shifted everything for me. When I discovered meditation, and I thought meditation means you stop thinking. So mind would start going, I'd be like, stop thinking. Mind was still going, stop thinking. So it was a thought chasing a thought. And for Eckhart Tolle, he was very depressed, really down, and he kept saying, I can't live with myself. I can't live with myself. Well, who is that I that you can't live with? It's that egoic negative mind. It's those negative thoughts that we can't live with. The false sense of self that we don't realize or remember that we are spirit, soul, consciousness, whatever you wish to call it, that greater divine essence within us. But we get so attached to this body and attached to things that we would rather not have. Because when you focus on something, it makes it sticky. It keeps you stuck. So if you don't have money and you keep saying, I don't have money, the universe is always saying yes to you, so you're not going to have money. Or if you're sick, I have cancer, I have cancer, I have cancer. Cancer is going to stick. I have MS, fibro, whatever it is. If you keep focusing on that thing, it will stay in place. Because your thoughts create that reality. So it's about learning to relax. I was never focused on healing myself. And people that are really focused on healing themselves rarely heal themselves. I guess maybe 1%, maybe 2% that are focused on healing will heal themselves. It's a really small number. 1 in 1,000, 1 in 5,000, it's very small. Because you have to overcome the belief systems that you're incurable, that you can't be fixed, and those kind of things. It's all about a deep surrender of letting go to realize we aren't stuck with anything, that we are spirit, that we are soul, that we are consciousness. That's who we really are. And this body, this condition, is not permanent. The only thing that is permanent is your consciousness. Look at pictures of yourself over the course of your life. You had all these different faces, all these different bodies, but the one who sees through the eyes never changed. So it's really about letting all this stuff go that doesn't serve us, doesn't support us. So if you're sick right now, then learn to be present. And this can be challenging. If you're in a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort, it's hard not to focus on that. We need to learn to relax that pain, to soften it. So I have found, when I work with individuals that are like 8, 9, 10 level pain, like extreme pain, I can go through my process, and I have about 85 meditations here on YouTube where those meditations will help you quiet the mind. There's some meditations geared toward pain, to relax that pain. Because I've seen people go from 8 to 10 level pain down to under 4, 3, 2, 1, really low levels of pain. So when I see the go from a high pain to low pain, that tells me that there's a mental component to this. And if you get the mind quiet, get rid of those beliefs that aren't supporting you, then the pain will naturally go away. Because your spirit is not in pain, your soul is not in pain. It's simply the body that is not well, if you will. But we get rid of that mental interference and we come back into our light, our beingness, and allow the body to take care of itself. The body can self-correct. It's like you get a paper cut. You might put a band-aid on it and forget about it. With a day or two, it's fine, it's healed. But if you had the paper cut and you were just focused on, wow, this paper cut is horrible, and you keep focusing on how horrible that paper cut is, there's a very good chance you're going to have an infected finger. The body is the same way. When you obsess about the body and what's wrong with the body, things fester, things rot, things decay. But you let the body be the body. The body knows how to self-correct. And then we learn to trust ourselves if the body needs some help. It needs a little bit of medicine, needs a doctor, whatever it may be. There is no right answer. Ultimately, the answer is within you. It's not outside of you. Once again, that stuckness is because you're looking outside yourself, believing others that you're stuck with this for the rest of your life, that this is incurable, whatever that story may be. Relax all of that and realize you are the perfect spirit, untouched by the human experience. That everything that you're experiencing in this lifetime is for your growth, your expansion at a deeper level. So just relax. Listen to these meditations I have. My most recent one was 60 seconds to inner peace. If you did that meditation every day consistently, 30 days, your health would start to improve. They've actually done research. 1 minute a day of meditation has improved health. Maybe not dramatically, but there has been improvements. To realize I sat for 5 minutes a day. That was my practice. And the MS went away, the bipolar went away, the arthritis went away, the migraines went away. All these issues went away because I learned to stop believing this mental story, this mental head trash, this mental interference, this negativity. We need to throw it out and be here. All right, so keep relaxing. Believe in you. Keep the faith in you and your abilities. As a wise man once said, what I can do, you can do and greater. Take good care of yourself. I will talk to you soon.